The ocean is full of beautiful and strange creatures, and one of the most colorful and interesting of them all is the parrotfish. These fish live in coral reefs around the world, especially in warm tropical waters. They get their name because their beak-shaped mouths look like a parrot's beak. Parrotfish use these strong mouths to scrape algae off coral and rocks, which helps keep coral reefs clean and healthy. But there is something even more amazing about them that happens at night. They make a mucus sleeping bag to protect themselves while they rest. Just like humans need sleep, parrotfish also rest at night. However, sleeping in the open ocean can be very dangerous. There are many hungry predators that hunt at night, such as moray eels, sharks, and other large fish. These predators can easily smell or sense sleeping fish. Since parrotfish do not hide in holes or under rocks when they sleep, they would be easy targets. To stay safe, they came up with a clever way to hide. Not by changing where they sleep, but by hiding their smell. Before going to sleep, a parrotfish finds a safe spot near the coral reef. Then, it starts to produce a thick, slimy substance called mucus from special glands located near its mouth and gills. This mucus slowly forms a kind of bubble or cocoon around the fish. It takes several minutes for the parrotfish to finish building this protective bag. Once it is fully surrounded, the fish stays inside for the entire night. This sleeping bag might sound strange, but it serves an important purpose. It acts like an invisible shield that masks the scent of the fish. Predators such as moray eels rely heavily on their sense of smell to find food in the dark. The mucus barrier keeps the parrotfish's scent from spreading into the water, making it very hard for predators to find them. It's almost as if the parrotfish becomes invisible to a predator's nose. Scientists have studied this fascinating behavior to understand exactly how it works. The mucus that parrotfish produce is not just plain slime. It contains special chemicals that trap and block smells. Some studies suggest that this mucus also acts as a physical barrier, keeping tiny creatures like parasites and bacteria away from the fish's skin. So, the mucus has multiple uses. It hides the fish's scent, keeps parasites off, and might even help the fish stay clean and healthy. Researchers have also found that not all parrotfish make these mucus sleeping bags, but many species do. Some build a full bubble around themselves, while others make only a thin layer. It depends on the species and the environment they live in. Once the parrotfish finishes its mucus cocoon, it rests peacefully inside for several hours. The bubble usually lasts the entire night, even though water currents are always moving around the reef. When morning comes and the sun rises, the parrotfish simply wiggles out of the bubble and goes about its day. The old mucus bag is left behind, floating away or dissolving into the water. Then the fish begins feeding again, scraping algae off the coral with its strong beak. In addition to hiding from predators, the mucus layer may also protect parrotfish from parasites that are more active at night. Tiny creatures in the ocean, such as small worms or crustaceans, sometimes attach themselves to fish and feed on their skin or blood. The slimy bubble acts like a protective blanket, preventing these parasites from reaching the fish's body. Some scientists also believe that the mucus may serve as a kind of sunscreen or protective coating during the day, especially for species that produce mucus at other times. Parrotfish spend a lot of time scraping hard coral, which could damage their skin. The mucus might help them recover and heal faster. Watching a parrotfish create its nighttime cocoon is a fascinating process. First, it finds a good spot near the coral, often close to a crevice or rock. Then, it starts producing the mucus from its head area. The mucus slowly spreads and thickens, forming a transparent bag that grows around the fish. You can sometimes see small openings at first, But after a few minutes, the bubble becomes more complete and covers the entire body. The parrotfish stays still while this happens, as moving too much might break the bubble. Once it's inside, the fish looks like it's resting in a clear, slimy balloon. The cocoon sticks to nearby coral or rocks, keeping it from floating away. For a long time, people did not know about this strange sleeping habit because parrotfish are hard to observe at night. It was only when divers and marine biologists began studying coral reefs after dark that they noticed these glowing, jelly-like bubbles around some fish. When they looked closer, they saw parrotfish sleeping peacefully inside them. Using underwater cameras and experiments, scientists learned that when the mucus cocoon is removed, predators can find the parrotfish much faster. This proved that the bubble really does mask their scent. It's a great example of how animals evolve clever ways to survive in dangerous environments. Parrotfish play a very important role in coral reef ecosystems. By eating algae, they keep the coral clean and prevent it from being smothered. Without parrotfish, algae would grow too much and damage coral reefs. Because parrotfish are so important, understanding how they stay safe at night helps scientists protect them. If predators could easily find and eat sleeping parrotfish, their numbers would drop and coral reefs would suffer. The mucus cocoon is therefore not just a cool trick. It's a survival tool that helps keep the reef balanced and healthy. The mucus sleeping bag of the parrotfish is a wonderful example of how nature solves problems in creative ways. Instead of hiding in holes or fighting predators, the parrotfish uses its own body to create a chemical disguise. It doesn't need to swim away or defend itself. It simply makes itself invisible to smell. This is similar to how some animals on land use camouflage to blend in with their surroundings. But in this case, the camouflage is scent-based rather than visual. This behavior shows that intelligence and survival in nature don't always come from strength or speed. Sometimes it comes from innovation, using what you have in clever ways. Studying animals like the parrotfish also helps scientists come up with new ideas for humans. For example, the sticky, protective mucus might inspire new materials for medicine, such as wound coverings that block bacteria but allow skin to breathe. It could also help in designing better underwater materials that resist damage or contamination. By understanding how natural systems work, we can learn how to solve our own problems more efficiently. The parrotfish's sleeping bag might one day help us create better technology. All thanks to this colorful little fish and its nightly slime bubble. Every night, while the coral reef becomes quiet and dark, parrotfish prepare for sleep by spinning themselves into a slimy, invisible cloak of safety. This mucus sleeping bag hides their scent from hungry predators, keeps parasites away, and maybe even helps their skin stay healthy. It's one of the most amazing examples of nature's clever designs. A simple but effective way to survive in a dangerous world. So, the next time you see a photo of a bright blue parrotfish, remember that when the sun goes down, this cheerful-looking fish becomes a master of disguise, wrapped safely inside a secret bubble, fast asleep beneath the sea.